The explorer vessel Endeavour glided through the turquoise atmosphere of Zalor, its sleek frame cutting through the alien sky with a quiet hum. Doctor. Elena Greene stood at the observation deck, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and apprehension as the planet's surface came into view. Verdant forests, sprawling crystal lakes, and glowing bioluminescent flora stretched as far as the eye could see. Liam, status report, Elena called, trying to keep her voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. All systems green, Liam replied from the control panel, his eyes fixed on the readouts. We're ready to initiate landing sequence. The Endeavour descended smoothly, the landing struts extending as they touched down on a soft, moss-covered clearing. The hiss of decompression filled the cabin as the team prepared to disembark. All right, team, this is it, Elena said, turning to her crew. Remember, we're here to explore and understand. Stay sharp and stick together. The hatch opened with a whoosh, revealing the alien landscape in all its otherworldly glory. Elena stepped onto the spongy ground, her senses overwhelmed by the vibrant colors and strange sounds of Zalor. Bioluminescent plants cast an ethereal glow, illuminating the area with a soft, otherworldly light. Wow, muttered Sam, the team's botanist, kneeling to examine a cluster of glowing flowers. I've never seen anything like this. Elena nodded, her eyes scanning the horizon. Let's set up base camp here. Liam, help Sam with the equipment. Jess, scout the perimeter and keep an eye out for any signs of local wildlife. Hours passed as the team worked tirelessly, setting up tents, communication arrays, and scientific instruments. Elena felt a sense of accomplishment as their temporary home began to take shape. But amidst the hustle, an unsettling feeling gnawed at the edges of her mind. Elena, come look at this, called Jess from the edge of the clearing. Elena hurried over, her curiosity piqued. Jess pointed to a series of intricate carvings on a nearby rock face, partially hidden by vines and moss. They're definitely not natural, Jess said, tracing the lines with her fingers. Looks like some kind of language. Elena's heart raced. This is incredible. It means there's intelligent life on Zalor, or at least there was. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the team gathered around a makeshift table, examining their findings. The carvings depicted scenes of daily life, star maps and symbols that hinted at a deep connection with the planet's moons. We need to document everything, Elena said, her mind already racing with possibilities. This could change everything we know about Zalor. Suddenly, a chill ran down her spine. She turned, scanning the darkening landscape. The feeling of being watched was unmistakable. Did anyone else feel that? Sam asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Yeah, Liam replied, his eyes narrowing. We're not alone here. Elena took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. Stay alert, everyone. We'll continue our exploration tomorrow. For now, let's get some rest and keep a watch rotation. As the team settled into their tents, the bioluminescent plants cast a gentle glow over the campsite. Elena lay awake, staring at the alien sky, her mind racing with questions. What secrets did Zalor hold? And who or what was watching them? The night was alive with unfamiliar sounds, and the sense of an unseen presence lingered, a silent promise of the discoveries and dangers that awaited them on this enigmatic world. The morning sun cast long shadows across the alien landscape as the team assembled outside their tents. Elena stretched, shaking off the remnants of a restless night. All right, team, let's break into pairs. Liam, you're with me. Sam and Jess, you take the eastern perimeter. Keep your comms open and report anything unusual. As they moved out, Elena and Liam retraced their steps to the rock carvings. These symbols, Elena murmured, running her fingers over the ancient lines, they feel like a key to something deeper. Deeper, Liam asked, raising an eyebrow. Elena nodded. The Zalorians clearly had advanced knowledge. There's more here than meets the eye. They worked in silence, cataloging each symbol and mapping the area. It was Liam who first noticed the subtle shift in the ground. Elena, look at this, he said, crouching down. He brushed away the moss, revealing a hidden hatch, its edges barely visible against the ground. Well, that's unexpected, Elena remarked, her heart quickening. She pressed on the hatch, and with a groan of ancient machinery, it opened, revealing a dark staircase descending into the earth. Liam, light, she instructed, and he handed her a flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness, revealing sleek, metallic walls that contrasted sharply with the natural surroundings above. "Let's go," Elena said, her voice firm despite the unease settling in her stomach. They descended slowly, their footsteps echoing in the confined space. At the bottom they found themselves in a vast underground chamber, filled with consoles and devices that pulsed with a faint, bluish light. This is incredible," Liam whispered, awe in his voice. "It's like stepping into the future." Elena approached one of the consoles, her fingers brushing over the alien script. "Advanced technology," she murmured. "But what's it for?" "Liam, try to interface with it. See if you can make sense of this." Liam nodded, his fingers flying over his datapad as he attempted to connect with the ancient systems. "It's like nothing I've ever seen," he said, eyes wide with fascination. "But I think, yes, there are data logs here. This place is a monitoring station." "Monitoring what?" Elena asked, leaning closer. "Our movements," Liam replied, a chill in his voice. "They've been tracking us since we landed." Elena's mind raced. "We need to be careful. If they've been watching us, they know we're here." A crackle of static interrupted their conversation. "Elena, come in." "It's Sam," the voice came through their comms, laced with urgency. "Go ahead, Sam," Elena responded, her pulse quickening. "We found something too," Sam said. "A structure, similar to what you described. It's filled with advanced tech. And we saw someone. Salorian, I think." Elena exchanged a tense look with Liam. "Stay where you are. We're coming to you." As they retraced their steps and regrouped with Sam and Jess, the team gathered around another hidden chamber, this one larger and more elaborate than the first. "Look at this," Jess said, pointing to a panel covered in alien symbols. "We think it's some kind of control center." Elena's eyes scanned the room, taking in the complex machinery and holographic displays. "We need to decipher this," she said, determination in her voice. "Liam, can you pull up the data you found earlier?" Liam nodded, syncing his datapad with the Zalorian systems. "It's going to take some time, but I think I can do it." As he worked, Elena's thoughts turned to the Zalorian Sam had mentioned. "Did you get a good look at them?" she asked Sam. Sam shook her head. "Just a glimpse. They disappeared before we could approach." Elena frowned. "They're watching us closely. We need to make contact, but on their terms." Hours passed as Liam worked tirelessly, his face illuminated by the soft glow of the screens. "I've got something," he finally said, excitement in his voice. "A message, or at least part of one. It looks like they're warning us about something." "A warning," Elena repeated, her brow furrowing. "We need to understand this fully. Keep working on it, Liam. And the rest of us, we need to prepare to make contact." As the team continued their work, the sense of urgency and anticipation grew. They were on the brink of a breakthrough, but with it came the realization that they were treading on delicate ground. The secrets of Zala were beginning to unfold, but what they revealed could change everything. Elena stood at the entrance of their makeshift base, watching as the last rays of sunlight painted the sky in shades of pink and orange. The team was gathered around the communication array, anxiously awaiting any response to their broadcasted message. "Liam, are we sure the signal is strong enough?" Elena asked, her eyes fixed on the horizon. "It's strong," Liam replied, adjusting the frequency. "If they're out there, they'll hear us." Sam paced nearby, her anxiety palpable. What if they don't want to respond? What if they see us as a threat? "We have to hope they understand we're here in peace," Elena said firmly. "We've done everything we can to show our intentions." As night fell, the air grew cooler, and the bioluminescent plants began to glow more brightly. The eerie beauty of the scene was not lost on Elena, but her thoughts were elsewhere. Hours passed, and the team grew restless. Then, suddenly, a soft chime echoed from the communication device. Everyone froze, their eyes locked on the screen. "We've got a response," Liam said, his voice barely above a whisper. "It's coming through now." The screen flickered, and a holographic image materialized before them. A tall, elegant figure stood there, his skin a deep azure, eyes glowing with an inner light. It was Kalan, a Zalorian leader. "You have intruded upon sacred ground," Kalan's voice resonated, both melodic and stern. "Why have you come?" Elena stepped forward, her heart pounding. "We are explorers from Earth. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and understanding. We mean no harm to your world or your people. Kalon's eyes narrowed slightly, as if weighing Elena's words. Your presence disrupts the balance of Zoller. Our planet is delicate, its ecosystems intertwined with our very existence. We understand, Elena said, choosing her words carefully. We have found your carvings and ancient technology. We wish to learn from you to understand your ways. Perhaps we can help protect Zoller together. There was a long pause, the tension palpable. Finally, Kalon spoke again. We have been observing you. Your actions have shown curiosity and caution, but we cannot ignore the threat you pose. Elena glanced at her team, seeing their anxiety mirrored in their faces. We are willing to leave if that is your wish, she said. But we hope you will allow us the chance to prove our intentions. We believe there is much we can learn from each other. Kalon's gaze softened ever so slightly. Very well. We will give you a chance, but know this one misstep, and you will be expelled from Zoller forever. The hologram flickered and disappeared, leaving the team in stunned silence. That went. Better than expected, Jess finally said, breaking the silence. Elena exhaled a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. It's a start. We need to tread carefully. Let's focus on our research and show them we're here to help. The following days were a blur of activity. Under the watchful eyes of the Zollorians, the team delved deeper into their studies. Elena and Kalon met regularly, their conversations a delicate dance of trust-building and information exchange. One evening, while analyzing a particularly complex piece of Zollorian technology, Liam made a breakthrough. Elena, look at this, he called, excitement in his voice. Elena hurried over, her eyes widening as she saw the data. Lunar energy? This is incredible. It's more than that, Liam said. The Zollorians have found a way to harness the energy from their moons to power their entire civilization. It's sustainable and incredibly efficient. Elena's mind raced with possibilities. We need to understand this fully. If we can replicate this technology, it could revolutionize energy production on Earth. Kalon, who had been observing their work, stepped forward. You see now the power of Zollorian technology. But it is also a responsibility. Misuse could disrupt the delicate balance we strive to maintain. We understand, Elena said. We are committed to learning and using this knowledge responsibly. As they continued their work, the team felt a growing sense of purpose. They were on the brink of significant discoveries, but they also knew the stakes had never been higher. The future of their mission and possibly the future of both their worlds depended on their next steps. The campsite was bathed in the soft glow of bioluminescent plants as the team gathered for their evening meeting. The air was filled with a mix of excitement and tension. They had made significant strides in understanding Zollorian technology, but the looming deadline given by Kalon hung over them like a shadow. All right, let's review what we've learned, Elena began, her voice steady. Liam, you've been working on the lunar energy technology. What have you found? Liam glanced at his notes, then addressed the group. The Zollorians have developed an advanced system that harnesses the gravitational and kinetic energy from their moons. It's incredibly efficient, and it could revolutionize our energy systems on Earth. But it's also intricately linked to their ecosystem, meaning any disruption could have catastrophic consequences. Sam nodded, adding, we've also discovered that the bioluminescent plants are a critical part of this energy network. They act as conduits, transferring and storing energy throughout the planet. Jess looked up from her datapad. Kalon's been watching our progress closely. He seems impressed, but we still need to prove our intentions. Elena took a deep breath. We need to find a way to show the Zollorians that we respect their world and want to help protect it. We have one day left before Kalon's ultimatum. We need to send a final message, something that demonstrates our understanding and our commitment. As they brainstormed, Kalon arrived at the camp, flanked by two other Zollorians. The air grew tense as he approached Elena. Your time is almost up, Kalon said, his voice calm but firm. Have you made your decision? Elena stepped forward, meeting Kalon's gaze. We have. We want to show you something. Liam, can you bring up the projection? Liam quickly set up the holographic projector, displaying a detailed model of the lunar energy system. This is what we've learned, he began. We've mapped out how your energy network works and how it's connected to your ecosystem. We believe this knowledge could help us protect Zoller and possibly benefit both our worlds. Kalon studied the projection, his expression unreadable. And what do you intend to do with this knowledge? We want to help, Elena said earnestly. We believe that by working together we can find ways to strengthen and protect your energy systems without disrupting your ecosystem. We also hope to apply some of these principles back on Earth to create more sustainable energy sources. Callan was silent for a long moment, his eyes flicking between the projection and Elena. Finally, he spoke. You have shown great respect and understanding, but words and projections are not enough. You must prove your commitment with actions. What do you need us to do? Elena asked, her heart pounding. Callan gestured to the surrounding forest. There is a place deep within the heart of Zalor that holds the key to stabilizing our energy network. It is sacred and dangerous. If you truly wish to help, you will join us there and assist in the ritual that sustains our planet's balance. Elena exchanged a glance with her team. We'll do it, she said firmly. Whatever it takes. The next morning they set out with Callan and his guards, venturing deeper into the alien wilderness than they had ever gone before. The landscape grew denser and more vibrant, the bioluminescence casting eerie shadows in the dim light. Stay close, Callan warned. The heart of Zalor is a place of great power, but it is also fraught with danger. As they journeyed, the team encountered various challenges: treacherous terrain, aggressive wildlife, and natural barriers. But they persevered, guided by Callan's knowledge and their own determination. Finally, they reached a vast, glowing cavern at the center of which pulsed a massive, crystalline structure. The heart of Zalor, Callan announced. This is where we will perform the ritual. Liam stared in awe. It's beautiful. And powerful. Callan nodded. The energy here sustains all life on Zalor. But it is also unstable. We must stabilize it, or all will be lost. Elena stepped forward. Tell us what to do. Callan began explaining the ritual, a complex series of steps involving both Zalorian technology and their unique bioluminescent flora. The team listened intently, ready to assist. As they worked together, the air buzzed with energy and anticipation. The ritual required precise timing and coordination, and the team moved as one, their actions a testament to their newfound understanding and respect for Zalorian culture. Elena's hands trembled slightly as she placed the final piece of bioluminescent crystal into the heart. Is it working? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Callan closed his eyes, feeling the energy flow. Yes, he said softly. You have done well. The balance is restored. A wave of relief washed over the team. They had succeeded in their task, proving their intentions and earning the trust of their Zalorian counterparts. The glow of the heart of Zalor began to fade as the ritual came to a close, leaving the cavern bathed in a soft, ethereal light. The team stood in silence, absorbing the enormity of what they had just accomplished. Elena turned to Callan, who was watching them with a mixture of respect and cautious optimism. We did it, Elena said, her voice filled with a mix of relief and exhaustion. Callan nodded. Yes, you have proven yourselves. But there is still much to be done. The heart is stable for now, but we must work together to ensure it remains that way. Agreed, Elena replied. We need to learn more about your technology and your ways, and we have knowledge to share as well. Together we can create something truly remarkable. Callan considered this for a moment before responding. You are right. There is potential for great things if we work together, but trust must be earned and actions speak louder than words. Elena glanced at her team, seeing the determination in their eyes. We're ready. What do you need us to do? Callan led them out of the cavern and back to the surface, where the Zalorian landscape stretched out before them. There are other sites like the heart, smaller but equally important. We must ensure they are stable and protected. And there are also cultural and historical sites that need to be documented and preserved. Liam stepped forward. We can help with that. Our technology can map and analyze these sites, and we can work with you to ensure they are protected. Sam nodded in agreement. And we can study the flora and fauna, understand how they contribute to your ecosystem. There's so much we can learn from each other. Callan's expression softened. Very well. Let us begin. I will assign some of my people to work with you. Together we will ensure the safety and prosperity of Zalor. The following days were a whirlwind of activity. The team split into groups, each accompanied by Zalorian guides. They traveled to various sites, using their equipment to map and analyze the areas while learning from their Zalorian counterparts. One evening, as the sun set and the bioluminescent plants began to glow, Elena sat by the campfire with Kalan. The air was filled with the sounds of the alien night, a symphony of unfamiliar yet oddly soothing noises. "You know," Elena began, staring into the fire, "when we first arrived, I had no idea what to expect. I hoped we would find something extraordinary, but this is beyond anything I could have imagined." Kalan smiled, his eyes reflecting the firelight. "Solar is a place of wonder and mystery, but also of great responsibility. It has taken us centuries to understand and protect it. Now, with your help, we can ensure its future." Elena looked at Kalan, feeling a deep sense of connection. "We're in this together now. Our worlds are linked, and we have so much to offer each other. I'm excited to see what the future holds." As the night deepened, the team gathered around, sharing stories and laughter. The initial tension had given way to camaraderie, and the bonds between humans and Zolarians grew stronger with each passing day. But beneath the surface, Elena knew there were still challenges ahead. The delicate balance they had achieved could easily be disrupted, and there were undoubtedly more secrets hidden within Zolar's depths. They had made significant strides, but their journey was far from over. Liam broke the contemplative silence, his voice filled with excitement. "I've been working on a new project with these Zolarian scientists. If we can integrate our data systems, we might be able to create a unified network to monitor and protect the energy sites more efficiently." Elena's eyes lit up. "That's brilliant, Liam. Let's discuss it with Kalan and his team tomorrow. The more we can integrate our knowledge and resources, the better." The morning sun rose over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the alien landscape. Elena stood at the edge of the camp, taking in the view. The challenges they had faced and the progress they had made filled her with a sense of pride and determination. Today they would venture into uncharted territories, areas previously deemed too dangerous or sacred to explore. "Liam, Sam, Jess, gather your gear. We're heading out in 10," Elena called out, her voice carrying through the camp. The team quickly assembled, their excitement palpable. Kalan approached, accompanied by a group of Zolarian guides. "Are you ready?" he asked, his tone serious but supportive. "We are," Elena replied. "What can we expect out there?" Kalan gestured to a large map displayed on a holoscreen. "The area we're heading to is known as the Vale of Shadows. It's a dense forest with high bioluminescence and unique wildlife. There are also ancient ruins that hold significant historical value. But be warned, it's also home to some of our most formidable creatures." Jess grinned, her excitement barely contained. "Sounds like an adventure." Elena nodded, her expression focused. "Let's stay vigilant. We're here to explore and document, but our safety comes first." The group set off, moving through the dense forest. The bioluminescent plants provided an otherworldly light, guiding their path. As they ventured deeper, the air grew cooler, and the sounds of unfamiliar creatures filled the air. "Keep an eye out for anything unusual," Elena instructed, her senses heightened. "We're looking for ruins or any signs of ancient Solarian activity." After several hours of trekking, Sam paused, her eyes wide. "Elena, over here." The team gathered around as Sam pointed to a partially buried structure covered in vines and glowing moss. "It looks like an entrance," she said, excitement in her voice. Kalan stepped forward, examining the structure. "This is one of the ancient temples. We believe it was a place of great significance, possibly a center for learning or worship." Elena turned to Liam. "Can you interface with the technology here? See if we can access any data or records." Liam nodded, setting up his equipment. As he worked, the rest of the team carefully cleared away the vines, revealing intricate carvings and symbols similar to those they had seen before. "This place is incredible," Jess whispered, her eyes scanning the walls. "The history here must be vast." Liam's device beeped, indicating a successful connection. "I'm in," he said, his voice tinged with excitement. "There are data logs here, encrypted but readable." Elena and Kalan leaned in, watching as Liam decrypted the files. "It's a record of their history," he said, scrolling through the data. "Stories, teachings, and knowledge passed down through generations." Kalan's eyes glowed with a mix of pride and nostalgia. "Our ancestors were wise, and their knowledge is precious. We must preserve it and learn from it." As they delved deeper into the ruins, they discovered more chambers filled with artifacts and technological marvels. Each discovery painted a clearer picture of the Silurian civilization, their achievements, and their connection to the planet. But as they explored, they also encountered signs of the dangers Kalan had warned about. Strange sounds echoed through the halls, and the presence of large, shadowy figures in the distance kept them on edge. "We need to be careful," Elena reminded the team. "Stay close and keep your comms open." In one chamber, they found a large, crystalline structure that pulsed with energy. "This must be one of the energy nodes," Liam said, awe in his voice. "It's similar to the heart, but on a smaller scale." Kalan nodded. "These nodes are crucial to maintaining the balance of our world. Their energy sustains our ecosystems and protects our people." Elena approached the node, feeling its power resonate through her. "We need to document everything here. This knowledge could be key to understanding how to protect Ixalar." As they worked, the sense of being watched grew stronger. Jess kept glancing over her shoulder, her hand never far from her equipment. "I don't like this. Feels like we're being stalked." Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the chamber, and a massive, biomechanical creature emerged from the shadows. Its eyes glowed with an intense, menacing light. "Everyone, back to the entrance." Now, Elena shouted, grabbing her equipment and motioning for the team to retreat. The creature advanced, its movements swift and deliberate. The team scrambled to escape, their hearts pounding with fear and adrenaline. Kalan and his guides formed a defensive line, their weapons ready. "Go. We'll hold it off," Kalan commanded, his voice unwavering. Elena hesitated for a moment, her eyes meeting Kalan's. "Be careful." As the team retreated, the sounds of battle echoed behind them. They emerged into the forest, panting and shaken but determined to press on. "We need to regroup and figure out our next move," Elena said, her mind racing. "There's so much more to learn, and we can't let fear stop us." Liam nodded, his face pale but resolute. "We've barely scratched the surface. There's a whole world of knowledge here, waiting to be uncovered." As they gathered their bearings, the sense of urgency and anticipation grew. They were on the brink of significant discoveries, but with it came the realization that the true challenges were just beginning.